The budget is done, and not just on time, but early.
After signing the budget, Governor Snyder sat down with our political reporter, Rick Albin.
Rick, this is a far cry from those government shutdowns that we used to see in Michigan.
Yeah, this is something that has really become a point of pride for the governor. He was surrounded by a lot of legislators, mostly Republicans, but some Democrats, and he signed off on the 2015-16 budget. Now, the general revenue part is down slightly from last year. School aid fund up slightly, $54 billion in overall spending. And just moments after the governor signed this particular bill, we went up to his office and I talked to him about what a difference a few years makes, because when he first came over here, the budget that he tried to pass, and in fact did pass, was very difficult for Democrats, but it was difficult for Republicans too. So what's changed in the last 6 years? What's changed in 6 years from a crisis mode when you came into office to now that has even people who were opposed to some of your fundamental ideas coming in saying, this isn't as bad as it might be?
Yeah, a couple things, Rick. First of all, we're in true crisis mode, had a huge deficit coming into office, and had to make some really tough calls that a lot of Republicans and Democrats didn't like. It wasn't about partisanship. These were difficult decisions. Hopefully now we're seeing those decisions were the appropriate ones, and we're seeing positive economic outcomes. We're seeing Michigan do much better. We're the comeback state.
Of course, there's that big overriding question that still looms. What about roads, infrastructure, $400 million more in this budget, but that's just one-time money. The House has already passed a plan. The Senate is going to stay in session, or at least partially in session, and work on their plan throughout this summer. They're trying to find $1.2 to $1.5 billion a year, every year for the next 10 years. Don't look for that plan to be finalized until sometime in the fall, if then. But for now, the overall budget has been signed. The House will wrap up their business for the summer tomorrow. We'll have much more to talk about what's going on and what's not going on in Lansing tomorrow on 24 Hour News 8. Live in Lansing, I'm Rick Albin, 24 Hour News 8.